Oh, I've really done it now. I downsized my lily collection after nearly 3 years of dedication and slowly spiraling into insanity. I will explain all my reasons for what led to that decision, but first I'll show you everything I kept and give a tour of the current setup. Both of these binders are from Deco. I don't really like buying from them, but they are the only K-pop supply store that makes A5 binders that I actually like. I do have some complaints about this one, namely the magnet is detachable if you don't want it on. Okay, it's just flimsy if you do decide to keep it on. The size is kind of different from their normal binders, but it is pretty cute regardless. This binder, who has been around for a while, has admire through the 2nd gen fan kit. This one starts at stick out and will grow until it inevitably explodes and kills me. Okay, let's get started. This is a very old collage that I made. Like, I'm pretty sure I made it during Expergo era, obviously because that's the fucking album. So we start at Admire. The ID is not in here. It just does not work with the layout at all. And these are all the pops that I decided to keep. Obviously, I had to keep this one. Oh my god, I love that one. Play 82 cards, and then Green Project, and MIXXDINARY, and then the first MD, Antwerp, y'all don't even know how obsessed I was with that fucking look. Oh my god. For the most part, I did try to like match the outfits as seen here, but there are some pops that just like don't have matching outfits at all, or don't like come in a set. So sometimes it just looks a little wonky, and that's fine. There's beauty in it. M&D. Oh my god. I need to get this fucking card because I am so obsessed with this page. Okay. Obviously, have to keep. There are some spots where I don't like know what to get, so they're just unmarked, but there will be something to fill the space. I just don't know what it is. And there's like 140 pops for AMD anyway, so I will figure it out. This page is so dumb, but whatever. She's still here, don't worry. I made myself downsize that. I was not keeping 8 of them. I did think about it though. I kept all the group cards in here, but I don't know if it'll stay like this. And then fan kit. This needs paper behind it. It bothers me. That's everything for this binder. She is massive. I'm honestly surprised that I could even fit the collage in here. Oh, I did just deco this, which you will see me doing later, but isn't it cute? Okay, so we start with the stick out Nemo cards, and then all the album cards, which is done. Thank God. MIXXDINARY, which took up so much fucking space. And then Seasons Greens and MIXXDINARY, and then the comeback will go here. Let the record show I don't need money, and my main reasons for doing this are not monetary. The money was good though. The biggest reason I had for doing this was simply because I thought about it. I thought about downsizing, and usually once the seed is planted, it just stays there, and really, you would not think about downsizing or dropping a collection unless there was some desire to. So I already knew I was bound to do it anyway. The second reason was a bit extra, honestly, but whatever, just hear me out. I have been watching collectors on here for a good 4 years now. I have dipped into everyone's content at some point. I could probably list off every single collection some people have ever had. I was invested, and obviously that's just what happens. You get invested in someone's collection. That's why people keep tuning in. So when I started uploading videos, over time I realized people are here for my MIXX collection. It was large, it was expansive, and not to have an ego about it, but really, who else was collecting MIXX the way I was? I have true, genuine love for MIXX and Lily, which is why I kept growing. But then comes the bad part of having people perceive your collection and become invested. Everyone loves it and tunes in for that collection. So at some point you wonder, what happens if I don't have that? If you looked at any K-Tuber's comment section when they're downsizing or dropping a collection, it's kind of insane the attachment people will have with it. Saying they're sad and that's the sole reason why they watch your videos. So there's this kind of pressure to maintain a collection to ensure everyone's happy. It's crazy because you don't even know these people. You know, they're not paying for anything. I started to question if I had this big of a collection because I couldn't live without it or because I just felt like that's what I had to do. I've never wanted to give into that pressure. I guess it was too high of an expectation because I know everyone who publicizes their collection has fallen victim to it. I am someone who has spoken about not wanting to be like that, so it felt a bit hypocritical to be so against it yet also feel that way. The only thing that could really combat that feeling was to downsize. The last reason, but no less important, was because collecting is essentially gambling. I have almost always been aware of how much money people, myself included, throw away on just collecting. But then I noticed a scarier side to it when I question how people can afford to have such massive collections. It's not a difference in wages because really, if you want to collect that much, you can do it no matter how much money you make. And that's simply by putting yourself in debt. I have witnessed so many people admit to being in debt over K-pop, whether it's only photo cards and collecting or concerts or whatever. They willingly put themselves in debt just to maintain a collection. And sometimes it's not even people who have an online presence, they just do it because they need to for themselves. All the jokes about being poor and my wallet is crying aren't actually jokes when you realize no one can realistically afford such an expansive collection. And it's not very admirable when you begin to understand they don't have funds for much else when they center their finances around collecting in K-pop. It's fully an addiction at that point. You can easily say, I don't have a problem, I could stop whenever I wanted, but it's not as easy when you have to let go of the idea of having something that people will envy. I did not even want to talk about it, at all. It's never that serious. You don't owe anyone an explanation, and it does not take much thought or willpower to downsize. But apparently to other people it was serious for me because I got comments and DMs expressing their disbelief. And I don't blame them. I have created this crazy Lily collector image for myself. I may have also lied about dropping Lily once or twice. Technically, it's your fault for believing me in the first place. But then I started receiving messages of concern and I was like, oh my god, people think something is wrong if this is my last resort. Isn't it kind of strange that we view that as a bad sign? As if it's not just cards. In the end, it's just, I don't feel the desire to continuously invest in something that will not always be there. In this moment, it brings me joy, and it's a hobby I truly love. Obviously, I could say, MIXX have so many cards, blah, blah, blah. They drop a new one every 2 seconds, blah, blah, blah. But I don't care. I would have kept going and got whatever I could if it didn't start weighing on me so much. I have been collecting Lily since the dawn of time. I've never put any real thought into downsizing until recently. At one point, getting rid of any Lily card would have felt like cutting off my own limb. But I have other shit to do now. Like buying more photo cards. Anyway, the best part of downsizing, aside from the weight being lifted off my shoulders, has really been being able to buy my Prio Lily cards sooner than I would have in the past because now I have more financial freedom. I have been yearning for one specific Antwerp pop since it released, and I didn't get it until just recently. Maybe that's an issue of prioritization on my part, but when you have this expectation of yourself to keep up with what's coming out now, it makes it hard to go back and collect what you really, really like. I now have most of my Lily Prios on hand or on the way, with the exception of this cursed enamel bow photo card. Oh my god. But yeah, that's basically it. I have seen a huge wave of downsizing and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love downsizing. I think that is more of an addiction than collecting itself. I want people to keep downsizing. Downsize until you only have your ults. Even your top ult. Maybe not even your ults. Do whatever you want. Okay, bye.